Hi guys, so today I'm going to be going over my gear for the 2020 backpacking season. So this is just my warm weather gear. This is the gear that I'm going to be using this summer. So some of the gear always is in my bag, some of it's depending on the time in the summer or even the weather or location I'm going to. So we're going to get started. This is what I use when I go backpacking. I've had this gear for some years now. Some of this gear is fairly new to me and I haven't exactly used it, so I'm going to be seeing how some of this stuff works for me. This is just for solo backpacking. I'm going to be releasing another video soon around portaging, what I take for that, and what I actually take for when I go with a group or just with my girlfriend. So the first thing I use when I go backpacking is, we'll go over the biggest thing, is my bag. So I use one of the Osprey Exos 48 liter bags. This bag works amazing for me, lots of pockets. It's a very simple bag, doesn't have a lot of different stuff on it, but it holds all the stuff I need. So just some of the features on here is it does have a detachable brain, so I can take this off if I wanted to. Has a secondary thinner brain, just if you take this off, still have some rain cover. And then inside, not sure how well you can see that, but it has room to put a water bladder in and plenty of storage room for gear. So this is the bag that I use for backpacking. This is the bag I've been using for a few years. I have a few other types of bags, but this is by far my favorite. So the next thing I want to talk about is my sleep system. So in my sleep system, I have two things, or weather depending, I bring a third item with me. So the first thing is what's between me and the ground, which is the Climate Static V. So this is a really good pad. It's a mid-range price. I got this for about $80 Canadian, so you can get these fairly cheap. I am hoping to upgrade this to the Climate Static V2 or a Thermarest pad this year. I'm not sure which Thermarest, but I am looking to upgrade this pad. The next thing I bring with me that's fairly new to me, I've had the Climate sleeping pad for a few years now and I do like it, but something that I got last year that I've only used about once is the McKinley Trucker 10-degree bag. So I got this for sale a while ago. It's a really nice bag. I've only used it once or twice though. So I'm going to get it out on the trail this summer, see how it really performs. It packs down really small and it's fairly light, which I quite like. So this is really good during the summer because I sleep hot as is. So I can use this for most weather during the summer. One thing I do bring that's extra, if I'm expecting it to be a bit colder, is a Thermarest poncho. So this is fairly big. It does pack down smaller though. I can put it into stuff so I get it down a lot smaller. But this is a down poncho. So I don't really see many people using these, but they are quite useful, I find. I can use this just as my sleeping bag in the summer as well. It unfolds into a blanket. But if I'm expecting to get down to 5 degrees or closer to 0 degrees, I can use this with the McKinley bag to get down to that temperature. So I quite like this. It's good for a variety of different things. If I'm expecting it to be cold at night, I can use this around a campfire, or I can use it as a secondary blanket, or if I'm with someone, I can give it to them if they're too cold. So this is actually quite useful. I don't see many people carrying them, but it's definitely a piece of gear I do quite enjoy, but this doesn't come with me all the time, although I'm expecting it to be very cold. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is my actual tent system I use. So what I use right now for solo camping is the North Face Stormbreak 2. This is a tent I got last summer and I'm really enjoying it right now. One of the downsides of it though is the weight of it. It's a very heavy tent, but it's a very good tent. It's also yellow, nice and bright too, so you don't lose it if you go walking off in the woods to get firewood or something else. So I quite enjoy this tent. It is quite heavy though. And then to go with this, or if I just need to set up another shelter, just to sit under and eat food if it's raining, is I use just a little hex tarp. So I got this off Amazon a while ago. It's made by a company called Bluefield. I quite enjoy it. It's pretty heavy duty. It's a little too heavy. I'm looking to upgrade this to a sil nylon tarp. It is sil nylon, but it's like really heavy duty. If you can see that, it's pretty much the same material the bag's made out of. So I'll probably just give you a close-up shot of this, but it's fairly heavy duty tarp. Weighs a lot, probably just under a pound it's coming in at, so I will probably be upgrading this season as well. And then, like most people, I carry a lot of Paracord with me. So this isn't all my Paracord. I usually carry just one bigger length of it, but Paracord, always useful for hanging up your bear hangs or actually hanging up your tarps. So one other thing I forgot to talk about with my shelter system is I do sometimes use a hammock. So I use the Grand Trunk Hammock. I got this last summer. I didn't use it at all, so I'm going to try it this summer. My previous hammock ripped. I do have to get some suspension for this, but this is one thing I'm hoping to try it this summer. So Grand Trunk Hammock is a fairly good budget hammock. It's only about $50 compared to some of the Eno double nests, which are usually around $100. So I'm going to be picking up a set of whoopee slings for this summer, and then I'll be trying this out. So that's one part of it, and then this also goes with the tarp I have. The next thing I want to talk about is what I do for water in the backcountry. So the first thing, can I get the water filter?
Good job.
So the water filter I use, I keep in a little plastic bag like this. It is a very popular filter. I use just the little Sawyer squeeze. So this is really good for solo backpacking or if you're with a small group. It's very small, filters a lot of water, works really well. So usually I'll bring this bag with me or I'll pick up a smart water bottle. But this usually does all the water I need. So yeah, I do have other water filters. I also have one of the bigger MSR water filters. I don't have that on me right now. But if I'm with a lot of people, I find that filters a lot of water faster, so I can justify the weight more with that. But usually when I go solo backpacking, I will just bring this with me. And then for actually storing my water, like everyone else, I carry an Nalgene covered in stickers. So yeah. But I think I am going to make the switch over just using the smart water bottles because it carries the same amount of water, but it's a lot lighter. And smart water bottles also screw directly onto a Sawyer Mini. So that's quite handy as well. So that's my water treatment system that I use, and yeah. And then finally, my cook system I use is a jet boil. So I picked this up last year. I got it used for really cheap. So this is something that's fairly new to me. I've used it on a couple of trips. I'm quite enjoying it so far. Before I was using MSR pocket rockets with an aluminum pot. That worked really well for me. I may switch back to that for solo camping because I usually don't cook too many meals. So I dehydrate all my food before I bring it out, or I cook over a campfire if I'm bringing a steak or hot dogs with me. But the jet boil is very nice. All of it, the burner fits inside of it, like so. And then it also comes with a stand for your butane tank so you don't knock it over, which is very nice. And then as far as butane tanks go, I just use a cheap one, whatever I find first. They all cost the same usually, so I'm just using a Woods butane tank right now. Works good. It's butane, you know. And then the last thing I usually carry with me solo camping is just a Protect. These are just little foam mats you can sit on. I usually just set it on a rock or a log. It's kind of nicer than just sitting on a rock or a log. It's just the same stuff that a lot of camp mats are made out of. Folds down nice. Fit this right into one of the sides of my backpack, and then yeah, works for me. And then, sorry, my girlfriend's just in the corner tossing me gear, so but she ran out of gear to toss me, so she's trying to throw me other things. No. Okay. If you want to pass me something else, you can pass me the bug net. No, please don't throw my lenses. Something else I carry with me.
The poncho back.
Okay.
Tradesies.
Another thing I carry with me, because we are in Canada and black flies are horrible up here, is just a bug net. So I don't always carry this with me. Early in the season and late into the season, I won't take this with me because bugs aren't too bad because it's cold out. But right in the middle, it's quite bad for bugs, so I always take one of these with me. So this fits, again, just in my bag nicely, so I take that. I don't know where the bag for it went. And then, last thing I take with me is a headlamp. This is just a rechargeable Woods headlamp. I'm not sure my good Petzl headlamp went, so I'm probably going to be picking up another one this summer. This one is rechargeable, which is nice. So, charge it beforehand. I do like the ones with AA batteries if I'm going out for longer, because I can take batteries with me. These are kind of harder to charge up on the trail, or if you're doing a through hike, these can also be a pain because you have to find places to charge them. And then one other thing I take with me is just under there, one of the battery packs. No, under the pillowcase. Pass me a battery pack. The small one. Small one.
Yeet!
Another item I take with me is just this small battery pack. It's a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. I get a few charges for my phone with it. I can also use this to charge my headlamp, so battery pack, another useful thing to take with you. I am going to be upgrading it to a 10,000 milliamp anchor one. That's about the same weight, but better. So, and then that's pretty much all the gear I take with me backpacking. So I hope you like this video. I am going to be releasing another one talking about the gear, how my gear switches if I'm with a group, and then also what I'll take with me and how I pack my bags for a canoe trip. So I hope you guys like this. Please like and subscribe. Check out some of my other videos, and keep exploring. So thanks for watching.